Data miners have just uncovered evidence of previously unseen Mario Kart characters.
Quack.
Even though most characters from the Mario Kart franchise are well known, data miners have just uncovered evidence of several previously unseen characters. While there is no exact number on how many new characters have been discovered, we can estimate it by using something that resembles the Drake equation. Let's look at just Mario Odyssey to get some estimates. If the game has 16 worlds, and the average number of new characters per world is 3, then if even only a quarter of them are good enough for a game as esteemed as Mario Kart, we would still expect 12 new characters that are appropriate for the game's roster. So if there are tons of potential characters out there, why haven't we seen them? Well, to start off with the most terrifying reason, maybe there just aren't any other viable characters out there, and we've already reached the maximum roster size that we're going to see. Many prominent Mario Kart players argue that the conditions for a new character to be added to the game are extremely rare, and potentially unique to the current roster. This is called the rare character hypothesis, and these conditions are so restrictive that only the best characters make it through. Another possible explanation is that they're here, unacknowledged. Maybe these new characters have been here all along and they're just hiding in plain sight. And this actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Just by quickly glancing over different parts of the game, I can immediately identify several obvious hidden characters. For example, by connecting the dots here, we can see that Mario Kart is actually a character that's in the game, but for some reason, no one has noticed them yet. In addition, by rearranging the letters from a select group of character names, we can actually confirm, and this is really obvious, I can't believe no one has figured this out yet, that Charmin Ultrasoft from earlier this year will be included in Mario Kart 9. Game developers may believe that too many characters waters down the roster, and so it may be the nature of those advocating for particular characters to get rid of the competition. This is simple for fans to understand, and really this behavior boils down to two axioms involving survival and resources. First, everybody wants their favorite character to make it into the roster, so they'll do whatever is necessary to ensure this. And second, there is only a finite amount of space in the roster. This follows on the thinking of the Dark Forest theory, and one author summed this up nicely. The character roster is the Dark Forest. Every fan is an armed hunter stalking through the trees with care. The hunter must be careful, because everywhere in the forest are other stealthy hunters. If they find someone trying to add a different character, there's only one thing to do. Bring up tweets from that character's past and eliminate them. In the forest, there is an eternal threat that any character that expresses intent to join will have its chances swiftly wiped out. This means that fans of different characters are staying quiet because it's too dangerous to reveal your thoughts lest you and your character be removed from consideration. On a similar note, it's possible that promising characters may eliminate themselves shortly after being considered. Possible means of destruction could be things like their home game being shipped with a large number of bugs and glitches, a blue shell, or a supernova. This is basically the filter theory of why we haven't seen any new characters, which is that even though many characters look promising, there are too many barriers that they must first pass before they can be included. And by the time that character reaches a status that would allow them to be considered, only a very select few remain. Given all these possible characters indicated by the modified Drake equation, you'd think there would be more of them being added, but here's the deal. Based on what we've talked about, it's obvious that the new roster for Mario Kart 9 will be smaller than the current one. And I'm going to go ahead and lock this down at 100% confirmation. We know this because Nintendo will trim the obviously very bad characters, and they'll remove characters that weren't very popular in order to make the game better. We've also just finished noting that while there are many good candidates to be added, we haven't seen any of them in the game, and so barring a few special exceptions of fan favorite characters, we can assume the Mario Kart 9 roster will look something like this. I'm personally really excited about this, and I look forward to this amazing step in the right direction for the Mario Kart franchise.